What's up? We in Trenton, New Jersey right now. And I was looking at some of the monuments downtown on West State Street. I don't know if you could see that as much. Let me see if I could back up. As you can see, that's basically a goddess right there. As you can see, she got the wreath as well as the sword, like a Venus, symbolizing something to the equivalent of Venus or the Libra, something with the scales, that warriorship, that supreme feminine energy that's being brought onto the earth as we go through this new shift. So I just wanted y'all to look at this. Let's look at some of the words. Let's look at the saying that's on here. It says, they have given their sons to the military services. They have stoked the furnaces and hurried the factory wheels. They have made the planes and wielded the tanks, riveted the ships and rolled the shells. The American people in their righteous might will win through to the absolute victory. That was by President Franklin Delano Roosevelt. As you know, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, I was the president in 1933 that basically commissioned and continue the Emergency Banking Act that took all of the gold out from the American people and exchanged the gold and silver, which is real constitutional money, to Federal Reserve notes that was issued by basically global banksters, tied in to international global banksters like the International Monetary Fund, World Banking Group, and things like that, tied in or colluding with the de facto presidents at this time, which was firstly done by Franklin Delano Roosevelt. So that's who Franklin Delano Roosevelt is. So as you can see, you got the goddess right here. You got the goddess holding up the reefer and the sword symbolizing the warrior kinsmanship, and the reefer that could symbolize many things, divinity, opening up to a different portal, to a different time and dimension, contact with the ancestral. So there was one big thing. Let me show y'all the actual scenery though. Let me show y'all the sacred geometry. I gotta turn this. So it's like in the 360 degrees. So you got the goddess womb man entrapped in the 360 degree circle with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pillars encased in a dome. And it says victory. So Pete. I just thought of some shit. What if that saying is saying victory because of the enemies of the true American, true indigenous aboriginal captured the woman, and that's why it says victory. And if you notice here, you got the goddess woman being captured in the spherical dome, entrapped in a 6 hex. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a 6 hex. If you notice in the back of here, what do you got? You got the soldier. And if you look at the symmetry of where the soldier is, it's directly shooting. You see how this is right here? It's directly shooting in the back of the goddess. And he's looking at courage. He has to have courage. I don't know if you can see those words right there, but it says courage. What if that's saying courage? Because basically you gotta have courage to take down the queen, the goddess, the supreme Venetian energy. You gotta have goddess to take down her children, because we don't play. But let's look at this right here. Let's look at what this says. It says they don't just carry the weight of the world on their shoulders, they carry each other. By Stephen Ambrose. And yeah, that's a pure European right there. I don't know if you can see, but that's a pure European. That's a European right there. Those are that's pure European features. Narrow nose, basically no lips. Let's look at some of the more monuments. I actually gotta go. I just wanted to see this. This right here. We in Trenton, New Jersey, by the way, just to remind y'all. All these monuments in my city. Let me not have mourned for the men who have died fighting, but rather let me be glad that such heroes have lived. I definitely gotta come back here. Let me as we all know, the United States Republic was a republic. Even though they talk about a democracy, that's all de facto, because the true government of the United States of America is a republic. But it says right here, the victory of the democracies can only be complete with the utter defeat of the war machines. The victories of the democracy can only be complete with the utter defeat of the war machines. That makes sense. War memorial too. But yeah, peep this though. This is straight symmetry right here. They got the gun. And it's shooting. Not perfect symmetry, but it's basically, as you can see, just so y'all know, corporation US, this is all US. You got the gun right here. It got the European colonial soldier shooting right in the back of the true de jure American goddess, shooting her right in the back as she holds her battle, her reefer, and her sword. But let's take a look at what this says, then I'm gonna close out. Our debt to the heroic men and valiant women in the service of our country can never be repaid. They have earned our undying gratitude. America will never forget their sacrifices. President Harry S. Truman. Shit. So, yeah. Got the goddess. Look at her. She huge, too. Huge. This is how we used to walk back in the day. We was the Elohim, the Nephilim, the giants, the true de jure man walking amongst mankind. We was that big too. I wish I could give y'all a better picture of what this goddess looked like. But beautiful goddess right here. But yeah, that's basically it right here. You got sacred geometry right in your own city, right in my own city, right here. In my opinion, this is a monument showing how the European colonial soldiers took down and got victory over the true de jure indigenous aboriginal woman. As you can see, it says victory right there, and currently reign supreme and occupy the seats of government for the indigenous aboriginal peoples of the Amra, aka America. So right here, sacred geometry. If you don't know it, you ain't gonna know. I practice my sacred geometry, so I know what this is all about. You got the dome entrapping a true American woman in a 6 hex, entrapping her in a spell. That's why it's victory and courage on top of that dome. But she about to get let out, or she has been let out, and that new divine feminine energy is going across the earth, and you can't stop it. We awaken the true aboriginal indigenous people is awakening up, so that's something that you can't stop. Already, we out. 13 love, 8L.